Bam! Tetrafootball. Finally, there's more than one of us, and this is every club's one signing they should make in January. So first up, AFC Bournemouth. Who have you got?
I'm going, yeah, but
Okay, neither of them have got anything. I've got Davide Calabria from AC Milan. Right back for me, that's where Bournemouth need to strengthen, and he's solid at the back, and they need to work on not conceding as many goals. So Calabria for me.
Who was the Danish right back that came on? Bar. Whilst some not Bar Handball. Whilst some might not know him, he came on, impressed me when he played in the World Cup.
so we'll go for a striker. I need to think of his name. What's a good striker? So you've got. No, he's might be a bit expensive and Mbappe.
No.
Okay, so striker. Let's go for Morphe. I don't get it, just moved to Everton, but
I think
you're
that
going
could happen, to be fair.
You're going down to
I
Bournemouth.
mean, they might. Anyway, before we go on to Arsenal, I believe is the next team.
Oh.
Please remember to subscribe because it helps us out. Anyway,
Cheers, Conrad.
Arsenal, where do you think they need to strengthen? For me, it is in centre midfield, and I reckon they get Benessa from AC Milan, another AC Milan player. That's not going to be all of them, but he's been a revelation in the last sort of 18 months for them, finally breaking into that team where Sandro Tonali was poor, and I think he's been a pretty solid player for them and could really add squad depth for Arsenal's midfield, although they do also need a striker because Jesus got injured.
Whilst, like you said, Jesus has got injured, and I think, their current striker, what's his name? Nketiah.
He's alright, but they
he's
need more
good.
squad depth.
But if they're pushing for the what do you call it? The league title. The league title. You need a better striker than Nketiah. Sorry if you're watching, mate. And that's why I've gone for not young, but like a proved talent. It's gonna sound outrageous, but Danny Welbeck, I think they should bring him back. Yeah.
Do you know what? Sure, Danny Welbeck. Tom, what's your?
No, because
They'd be heavily linked.
because Jesus has a similar play style. They both don't really score goals, but they link up play really well.
Okay, Danny Welbeck, Jesus.
Exactly.
Tom, who's your
Let's
player?
go with Mudryk. They've been heavily linked with him already, but the main problem is Shakhtar won our loads for him, so that's the only issue. But if Arsenal want to splash the cash, then get him.
Who's the next team then?
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa, a squad that's actually like got decent quality, just really not performing. And considering Diego Carlos got injured, I don't think Bednarek or Dendonka are up to the task. So it has to be a centre back for me, just to shore it up, to play alongside Konza. It also has to be an experienced centre back because Konza's quite young as well. He's rubbish, isn't he? Anyway, so for me, I'm gonna go for. Do you know, Aston Villa, they like big signings, so why not go absolutely massive and try and steal Bastoni from Inter, who aren't performing as well as they have done before? Why not? They're Aston Villa. They like spending big money, so why not go for it?
Well, with Emi Martinez rumoured to go out the door, I think this could be a very big shout, but Jordan Pickford. Whilst Jordan might not seem the perfect fit for Aston Villa, I think, like you said, they always like to go big. And he wants to move to another club with a decent defence, so actually he might not go to Aston Villa.
I think they need to go to that, so go with Paulista. Gabriel, I think that's his name. Get him centre back.
Next team then?
Not familiar with his name.
Brentford. Just never coming on.
Brentford got a good tour draw against Tottenham, where some would argue they bottled it. I think where they do need to strengthen is
they're losing their striker.
Yeah, they need to strengthen up front because Tony, he's had his betting issues. He's probably going to get banned.
What are the odds of that?
And Bueno's not the best cover in the world, so they definitely need a striker. I'm just not quite sure who, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know who they should sign. I don't know. Neither of you know who you got for Brentford.
I'll let Tom take the floor on this one.
Well, Brentford, they're not very big club, are they?
What? I mean?
Because they're not going to go out and sign.
They're not going to sign a massive player.
Right. No,
I've got one. Sesko, let's sign him.
Sesko, the young player. It is a Brentford type signing. Bring their young player, improve them, sell them on. I'm thinking about the type of striker they usually get.
They do strike me as a side that bring in a bit of older talent, you know, just to
Did they get
Great.
me in?
yeah, no, not bet me, but like they brought in Ericsson, quite old, but he knows how to play. So that's why I'm thinking leaning towards obviously not Luka Modric, but someone like him.
Yeah, okay.
Who's the player?
Who's the player?
Well, the player I need to think of. Oh, what's his name? He's not played for a while, but he's called James Milner. Because
Become James Milner, okay.
yeah, because he's experienced, and I think he can still play at a decent level.
Absolute car crash. Anyway, for me,
No, it's not Hugo
it's got to be a
Lloris.
striker for Brentford, and I'm going to go for, once they shut up, Ilian Thuram, the son of a previous French star, Thuram. I'm going to go for him because he's similar to Tony in the way he's a physical striker, got a bit of pace about him, and he'd probably consider leaving considering his current club Gladbach aren't really performing in the Bundesliga at the moment. They're about mid-table, so could be on the cards for Brentford to swoop in and take him.
Could be.
Next team then?
Brighton, I want to start this one.
Yeah, from Brighton fan.
I think we do some little transfer business. Let's swap Chelsea out window. Let's
Right.
so give them Trossard, give us about $1 million for him, and Levi Colwell. Genius business there.
Just don't think that's a bit realistic.
So you want
But
Colwell?
I do want Colwell. That's the main objective.
Yeah. So Ryan, who do you think for Brighton?
Well, as Brighton fans might know, Jason Still is not at the club anymore, and he was the legendary backup keeper. So I think they need to bring. Oh, I thought he's left.
Well, I played in Lola Cow a couple.
Oh well.
Let's say ripped off his contract a few days ago.
Well, if they did, bring him
But to be
back.
fair, we do
Okay,
need
so
a-
Ryan
we
has
do-
no clue who.
But we do need a
Brighton.
goalkeeper though, because of he's not there.
Well, then bring Thingy back from loan, the young Dutch guy.
Sherman.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, anyway, Brighton for me, their clear issue a lot of the time has been a striker that scores goals. So for me, I'm going to go with a shout that's been put out there quite a few times and go with En-Nesyri. He's a big physical striker.
Oh, actually, yeah.
He should be able to handle the Premier League. Who's up next?
Don't know who he
Do
is.
you have you heard this? I don't know if you've heard of this club. It's called Chelsea.
Chelsea, a bit of a small club.
Okay. I've seen it.
Alright, well, why don't we let the Chelsea fan pick first?
Well, I really want a lot of signings, and it's going to sound a bit ridiculous, but I want Cristiano Ronaldo on a free transfer because we've got no Aubameyang. Well, we've got Aubameyang, but
Right.
let's be realistic. What does Aubameyang
But
do?
wouldn't you want a striker which is still like a little bit
Younger, yeah.
No, not
He's
really.
Alright, fine.
I want Ronaldo.
Please Todd Bowley, basically.
No, just get Ronaldo.
Right, okay, Ronaldo. For me,
Get
For
Piers
me,
Morgan.
I think they're lacking in that like left centre back in their back three. So I'd
How
just
rude.
go out and spend big money
Didn't
on
we just get Fofana?
Guardiola because he's just an absolute rock basically.
I've got him on FIFA.
So Chelsea, I think they need a midfielder. I think they should get Christ. And a link with Enzo Fernandez would be better, but
Oh, I forgot.
Caicedo might be a little bit cheaper because we're not too cheap. Because they will not.
You're tipping them to steal yet another
They're cheap,
player
but
from Brighton.
they're not
So
cheap.
take Enzo actually.
you want them to take Enzo
Don't get like a back winger.
If we don't get good old Ronaldo, I would take Enzo Fernandez
Right, who's next then? Is it Crystal Palace?
Yeah.
by any
Crystal
means
Palace.
possible. By the way,
I think Palace, they're playing decent football. They're just lacking someone to put away the goals at the moment.
Yeah, against
So,
Cost.
And En-Nesyri would be another good shout, obviously, I've said, for Brighton instead. So, another striker. Palace, they sort of like signing a younger player, and I'm going to go for a bit of a weird one from the Championship. I think he might be on loan from Brighton currently, so it'd be a treacherous signing from him. But Guy Correz in the Championship for
No, we sold it.
Oh, yeah, you did sell him in a permanent in the end.
No.
So Palace swoop in, take him. So he's got a decent goal record in the Championship, and it's a very Palace-like signing to bring in someone from the Championship, like Eze, like Elise.
I think I'll get striker, but it's a little bit more realistic. Let's get Marcus Thuram or whatever his name
Thuram.
is.
Thuram.
I don't want to look all the names.
Whilst you might be realistic, I'm not. I'm going to go for Dennis from Nottingham Forest. Why I think it's unrealistic is because he's only just gone to Nottingham Forest, but I think that is a signing that they probably would make if he hadn't recently go to Forest.
Yeah, well, next team then?
Everton.
Everton.
Total car crash of a club, in my opinion. Obviously, as a Liverpool fan.
Oh, I thought you were.
I'm trying to think where do they need strengthening the most?
Everywhere.
I mean, not wrong. I feel like they could use with a bit more end product up front because Neil Maupay just
You lose
doesn't cut it, does
Richarlison. You bring in fucking Neil Maupay.
Yeah, Neil Maupay is
Great
not good enough.
Great
So
bit of business. There.
another striker and Everton. If they didn't have the financial problems, they like to be ambitious and make big signings. How realistic it would be? I would have said Jonathan David, but I don't think they'd get him now. Although he's missed his chance for big moves, I think.
Ooh.
But instead of that, because I think they're sort of got financial problems, I feel like Everton would look around the rest of the Premier League and go for someone like Joe Gelhardt from Leeds. Why not?
Well, this might be a big shout, but you know T-Rex is likely to move on. That is Jordan Pickford, by the way. So if he goes, I'll bring in a goalkeeper by the name of Dubravka. Whilst you might be going, oh, well, he probably won't leave Newcastle. Well, he's already on loan at United. He's done nothing there, so I think he would take time at Everton to get minutes.
They do need a young keeper actually, but Everton, I think they do need a lot of players. But
They need a lot of
they're
players.
not great. Not to disrespect them, but
Who do you want to go for?
Norwich.
they might need a centre back probably.
Yeah, Tarkowski and Cody have done alright together.
I don't care.
Cody.
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 I think what you do is you get
Get a player in.
Oh, you got it on that.
Maybe a right back. I can't even name who better. Maybe Gusto.
Tavernier in.
Tavernier.
Ah,
Get him in.
Alright, next
In the
team. then.
box.
James
Who's after
Tony.
it? Who's after it?
Rangers.
Fulham.
Fulham. Alright, Fulham.
Full of home.
A team that arguably don't need to sign anyone because of how good they've been. But it's another team, I think.
They've got Dan James.
I feel. Okay, thanks for that.
Cheers, Jeff.
I think they could just do with squad depth in quite a few different positions. And I feel like it's either a CDM or a striker mainly. So Mitrovic gets injured, I'm not sure who else they have.
Good
They're
deal.
called Overeat's sort of meh. So I just go for Fulham to steal. I don't even know who. They go take someone.
Oh,
Don't know
Actually,
who.
I do know this one.
You know one Fulham.
Yeah,
So I don't.
I'm
I'm
going to go
struggling.
with Eric Bailey because why not? 'Cause
Eric Bailey.
I think they need a centre back because Tim Green, he's.
Eric Bailey of Man U.
Yeah.
I suppose he's at.
Well, no,
I
not
thought he was
Man U
at- I thought he was
anymore.
at- I thought he was at Marseille.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I don't know where he went. He
Oh.
was there though.
I just think that's what they
So
need.
Fulham.
Right, this might be a big shout for Fulham, but Phil Jones. You're laughing, but a centre back, he's got experience. He could have been really good, but he just didn't get minutes.
Alright, Fulham for me, I finally thought of it. A CDM, extra cover. I go for Oliver Skip from Tottenham. So he's not getting the game time he would have liked.
Sixth game.
People thought that he would have been sort of getting more minutes, showing himself as a real proper player, but he's not really getting that at all. So why not move to a more mid-table club where I'll get some minutes?
Oh,
Next team.
Leeds.
Leeds.
I think they need a.
American.
I think
No,
they,
they need a defensive midfielder after the big
I
ones.
think they need a striker. To be
I'm
honest.
going to go for. I don't know where Mackenzie plays, but I believe he does play up front or can.
What, McKennie?
McKenny.
He plays
Yeah.
midfield,
Who
didn't he?
plays in centre mid?
Oh, well, they're still getting him because he's American. He did have a French flag in his hair, but fair enough. I think he had a good World Cup for America, but
Well, I'm American striker actually.
so I'm going to put them up there.
Well,
The one that had a really good.
Haji Wright,
Yeah.
the fluke
Oh.
goal. So that's
Hang
who
on,
you'll go.
that's
Yeah.
really-
Because I'll just pick American because it's basically an American club, really, isn't
Right,
Yes,
it?
to be fair, I'm going to make it a trio of Americans because Ryan inspired me with a player I've forgotten about until now. Yunus Musa, who was one day midfielders, who was really good.
How did I
Energetic.
inspire you?
Because I remember them from America.
Oh,
And he just had a lot of energy, big physical player, should be able to hack it in the Premier League for Leeds.
Leicester.
Who is Leicester actually?
Leicester, a team that still are probably very weak at the back. I'll just go for a right back because they need strengthening at both full backs really. I'll go for a right back and I'll go for Gusto from Lyon, decent young player. bring some fresh, energetic legs into that right wing back position.
Definitely just didn't see him on FIFA before.
Nah.
I'm going to go for goalkeeper because I just don't believe Danny Ward is up to the standards. And I'm going to go for his Welsh teammate Wayne Hennessy because I don't think Leicester have such a good pool anymore. I think Wayne Hennessy could be a good shout, or Randolph from West Ham, not the YouTuber.
Wow, Tom.
Mind of his own.
A goalkeeper, but I don't want to go for like these silly like old people. I'm
Right.
guessing somebody a little bit younger.
Right, let's respect Randolph here.
Try and
Well,
stay
actually, I
weird.
don't even know if he's young. I've got the
Willie Calvin here.
from Holland actually. From Netherlands. Bill Jones.
Bill Jones. He's quite young. He's quite young.
Bill Gates.
Anyway, next team then.
Play football. Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Oh, I've got one. Cody Gakpo.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't try and pretend this wasn't filmed after he was signed. So we already signed Gakpo. I do think we need freshening up in midfield, and I'll just go for the obvious: go big or go home. Jude Bellingham. Simple as.
I think they can.
I thought we were going home, but
Well done.
Please.
All right, you two then.
If they think they're going Jude Bellingham, call me.
sorry.
Kick on. What's your pick? What's your pick?
Oh, it's my pick.
Well, one of
Yeah.
you two. One of you two.
Mine's going
Well, Cody Gakpo is the budget spent, so probably bring in a free transfer, or they might bring in Paul Pogba.
What? He's not even on a free.
Yeah, I said, or they might bring in a Paul Pogba
Oh, cheeky little Paul.
because he's not gonna cost much, is he?
I do think they need a striker. I think Nunes is a
Oh,
little bit.
actually, yeah. Hang on, Osimhen, Osimhen, because Nunes just he's got a ponytail.
I would use that one as well, because
Right.
I think
Shit,
they need a striker. I mean, they have Nunes, but he might take a few years to.
Yes. All right. Anyway, Man City then. What do they actually need?
I know what they need. They
Money.
need Jude.
You going for Bellingham?
Jude, yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
Bellingham too.
City. What do they actually need really? They've got everything in their squad.
They need a
I thought-
better replacement for Jack Grealish.
Maybe squad depth. Maybe some squad depth at left back. And considering they've got all the money in the world, why not get Alphonso Davies? I don't know.
Why not get
Fair enough.
Lewis Hall?
Okay, whatever.
Man
Next
U.
team, Man United.
Okay. Oh, I'm starting. Okay.
Anyone want?
I'm starting.
So I think you do need a striker. I think they were trying to get Cody Gakpo before, but it's not really a striker, is he?
No,
So-
not really.
I can use Osimhen again. I mean, I would like. You could also
Well, I was gonna say
you could
Osimhen.
also get Mbappe, but I don't think they've got the pull, but they've probably got the money, but they're not the pull. So,
Well,
Glazers won't spend the money. I'm gonna go for Osimhen too.
you're already picking for.
yeah, but
Anyway, I'm gonna replace an old Portuguese striker with a young Portuguese striker. They've been linked with him ever since he scored the hat trick. Gonzalo Ramos, easy one. There was a dodgy video of him that went around, but it's United. I don't think they really.
Yeah, it's a
care.
bit of fun.
They did have Mason Greenwood, so they.
Wow, that's
not
not
political.
All right,
Yeah.
next team then. Newcastle.
Mbappe.
They're
I
doing
think they should
very
get
well.
Tielemans because I think they do
It's
need a.
Arsenal.
Yeah, but you can go to other clubs. It's not just one option on the
No,
table.
one option.
Yeah. Anyway, Newcastle. You've gone for Tielemans. Who are you going for?
Mbappe. Go big or go home.
That's
I
all
think
we're
that
doing.
is the only big signing that they actually might pull
No,
off.
but I'm just thinking it. Mbappe is his
As-
golden table.
As good
Golden
as
thread.
As good as Dan Burn has done, he's not a left back, and they can't rely on that target. So I do think
Whoa.
I do think that they need a left back.
Fonzo
Um,
Davies coming in.
I'm not quite sure who exactly.
Actually,
they
I
would
do
get.
think Alphonso Davies might go to Newcastle.
That'd be a very weird transfer, but
But would you expect them to bring in Kieran Trippier? I wouldn't, to be fair.
do you know what? I'm gonna go for a player who hasn't
You know what?
who hasn't worked out for him at Lyon so far. Tagliafico. He had a good World Cup with Argentina. Newcastle in a
Great
position
World
where
Cup.
they could try and get him. So
He had a great World Cup. He won the bloody thing.
I said he didn't have a good tournament with good season with Lyon.
Yeah, I know, but he did have a good World Cup.
He did
Yeah,
have a
but
good
that's
World
the
Cup.
individual story.
So why
Anyway,
would
next story is we've got.
Nottingham Forest?
I think
Do they need to sign
The
anyone?
real picture really is it's not about the players. It's about get the frog out and get someone else in. That's a better signing, I think.
Alright, so you go for a manager, right?
I'm going to sign a new team bus for them.
Alright, yeah, I don't think Nottingham Forest
This
need
way, we're going to get a new stadium. Aren't we?
anybody.
He's on the stadium, mate.
Oh no, why not go take Neil Morpay from
Hang on.
Everton?
Can I say
Who knows
something
why?
else? They can get some fans for their players.
Wow. Okay, next team.
Like fans, not
Southampton.
people.
Southampton. They just need to be a bit more clinical, don't they, as well?
Shay Adams is clinical.
I'm trying to think what striker should they get?
I think they need a new manager, to be fair.
Fair enough. They've only had a manager for like 2 games, but you know.
Yeah, but it's Nathan Jones.
I'm trying to think, who do Southampton need?
Everyone.
They need quite a few players. to
They
be
need
fair.
someone to replace that fraud. James Ward-Prowse.
Someone so rude. I don't know who I'd go for. They need a striker.
Do they?
I think
They
so.
really-
They're really not finishing their chances. Maybe a winger, to be fair. Do you know? I'll go for Jeremy Doku. Why not?
I'm going to bring in Jeremy Frimpong
Thank
for
you.
right.
I don't think he's going to Southampton, but sure.
He likes the seaside.
Alright.
So don't know, but it doesn't mean I'm
Tom.
Southampton. I played for Southampton when I was a
No,
little
you
boy.
didn't.
When I was a little boy. I think they need
It was a wee lad.
any striker, but all strikers wants to join Southampton.
No.
Let's go with the cheeky little no, not
Okay,
Kate.
no.
I'm gonna go with
Pop him in a nanny.
Morpay.
You said Neil Morpay for half of them.
Okay, next team. Who's off Southampton?
Morpay's all
Is it
around the
Tottenham?
place.
Is it Tottenham?
Spurs.
Spurs. Alright. Who do they? I guess they probably need more consistent centre backs in their team.
Spurs.
I'd probably go for
One of them.
Piero Hincapi from Bayer Leverkusen. Why not?
Mm,
Colombian,
Cappy.
decent. You can play centre back and
And
left
left
back.
back,
So he's
oh.
versatile.
Oh, I think they should get Bostoni personally. It's gonna be a bit expensive.
Don't they
And-
sometimes play that Pratt? What's his name?
Eric Dyer.
No, Emerson Royale.
Yeah.
We're like, what?
Well, they
Surely-
play him instead of Spence. So
Yeah, and
You
they're
can't-
both right backs. So
I'm.
So I'm gonna go for a right back, and it's a bold move, but I think what's his name? The Argentinian right back,
Melina.
Melina. He
Alright. Okay, so
He
Melina.
he impressed me during that whole World Cup run, especially in the final. So I think he could be a good signing
Right,
for
who's
Spurs,
next, is
but
it?
Spurs won't get
Is
him.
it West Ham?
Yeah, West Ham.
They've been lacking sort of everything this season, haven't they?
Mhm.
They just haven't been good enough whatsoever. I think Sufal's been quite weak at times, and I think Jed Spence deserves a chance, so why not take him from Tottenham, at least on a loan, so he's not getting any minutes, and just see if he can do anything, because Sufal's
Well,
been pretty poor this season.
I think if you actually knew Tottenham and West Ham, they're big rivals. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
that's
know, but-
happening.
He's not getting any minutes there, like...
West Ham, bold shout, Emi Martinez. Because I just think Lucas Fabianski just doesn't cut it. Yeah, but they just don't like him, to be fair. And I think Emi Martinez could fit in nicely.
So he's going from a relegation battle with Villa to a relegation battle with
Yeah, but
West
let's
Ham.
be realistic. West Ham would do better than Aston Villa.
Right, Tom, you have a West Ham signing?
I think they've got no lack of a passion really.
He's going to transfer in some passion.
Oh, God.
10 million of passion and stuff like that. Wow.
I think they've got too much passion.
Who's the striker? Is it still Antonio? No, it's
Antonio.
Antonio or Scamacca.
I don't really like Scam personally, but
Conrad.
I was trying to get someone to join them. Nobody. Let's get.
Oh, Lucas Paqueta is already at the club.
Nice.
And Dombele.
Oh,
is
Oh,
friend.
why not? Well, you're the one that just said about Tottenham.
he won't
West
be
Ham,
able. He
right?
can't join them yet. Who
But-
say Destiny Doogie, but he's
Do-
on loan.
Do realise Ndombele's not at Tottenham.
Yeah, but he was Tottenham
Yeah, but
employee, and I'm fairly sure he's only on loan.
He left on bad
Better
terms.
get Ben Mee in.
Not sure, why not?
Ben.
Who's next?
Wolves.
Last team,
Wolves.
right? Wolves. They lack goals. They definitely need a striker. Do you know what? He had a decent wild card. Why not go and get Eric Choupo-Moting? Why not?
No,
Why not go
actually,
get Dan James?
The main problem with Eric here, I think he's the main striker. But he's the other striker for Bayern now.
Well, they tried to play Mane through the middle, but he's not really a striker.
I
so
think
it
they
didn't
should get
work.
Dan James. Inject a bit of pace
Sure.
with Adama Traore.
Well, they definitely don't already have a Traore.
They should get.
They don't need another winger with no.
Yeah, but they need a striker that can keep up with him. So get Danny
Alex
James.
Hunt. Oh no, that's very much. Something like that. But let's get.
Transfer him
Who's
into
one to play
Villa.
for Lille when he's Canadian?
David.
Alfonso
Jonathan
David.
David.
No, not Alfonso.
Jonathan.
Jonathan
Yeah,
David. Alright, yep, fair enough. I mean, I'm not sure who Wolves.
I think he's going.
I don't know who Wolves are actually going to be able to attract, considering their current
If they're
position.
Portuguese, they join. That's
Yes.
Ronaldo.
Exactly. There we
And it
go.
might work. It might work. You'll basically be playing with the Portuguese national team.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
Anyway, that is one player each Premier League club should sign. There's probably very unrealistic ones in here, as well as very stupid suggestions too.
Yeah, from George.
Yeah, do you know, yeah, probably was, yeah. But that's this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you
And
guys next
comment down below if you want your club to sign Darren Randolph.
Damn.
time. Bit weird.
Darren
The video.
Fletcher.